Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the 49ers coming in at 2-4, going up against the Cowboys, who come in at 3-2. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are down the peninsula from San Francisco as you get a look inside modern Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. The fourth-year man out of Eastern Illinois, Jimmy Garoppolo, leading them out onto the field.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled.
And he's going to go down again. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. Their second-year QB leading them. It's the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year for 2017, Dak Prescott.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
In motion goes the tight end. On 2nd down, Elliott. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Prescott now. He completes it to Bryant. Prescott finding his big receiver Bryant there for a Cowboy first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
38 yards on the scamper there.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield, hit you.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Jimmy Garoppolo, the starter here, finally lured away from the Patriots. What are some things you like about JG?
Well, I love his makeup, meaning obviously he has a physical ability. He can throw the football, but he's mentally tough as well. And he developed while he was there in New England. They actually trained him to be a starter, even though he wasn't getting any type of snaps. And this guy adapts and thrives with the ability to play against pressure. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. David Irving in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They go play action here on first down. This one brought in by Dorial Green-Beckham. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Again, it's Elliott. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, pass the sticks, first down. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They start the drive with Hyde. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit him over the top.
They run it again with Hyde. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What do I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. A reminder later tonight, a game some folks have had circled on their calendars since the schedule came out in April. That's the Super Bowl rematch. Falcons, Charles, at Foxborough to take on the Patriots.
Super Bowl 51.5, anyone?
Then on Monday night, that's no slouch either. An NFC East battle between the Redskins and the Eagles. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run. They made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And he's brought down after a good gain. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Out left side here to Bryant. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top, as we will send you eastward to Orlando, and the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Let's get to it. These teams are out and ready to go. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Prescott. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. A give to Elliott running left. Elliott a first down and more. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
A first down throw for Prescott. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They run with Pumphrey. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Again, it's Pumphrey. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Throwing, Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Running with Elliott, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
A gain of 3, second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Again, it's high. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with it overall.
The Niners on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down for a 4th time today, and this time the result result is a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderado. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Now they try the right side here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Prescott to throw it. His throw caught right around the 6. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. In motion left, the tight end. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
They're the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, here's Garoppolo. Caught left side, it's Barnage. And he'll get it up near the 35, right after 34 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephen Paya able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And the pressure gets to him again. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long?
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on, a big call coming on third down.
Pass interference, defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up second down.
Here we go. 3-19.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Here we go.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. David Irving in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On third and long, it's Garoppolo. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
On first down, Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here comes the D swarming to the line. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. The Niners on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be third and a mile. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference, defense.
So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. It's George Kittle, the rookie, tight end with it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. The Niners on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Garoppolo on first down. Complete to Barnage. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for Dallas, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.